said, I'm looking forward to having Kerkez on board. He's a young, quick defender, can attack too. He scored 2 goals recently, and what goals, to be honest. I have to say, mate, I'm going to move on to speak about Kerkez in a moment, because I do think we've got a little hint as to maybe whether that's happening or not. But exciting stuff. And I mentioned the other day when United were starting to look at Dorgu and some other options at left back, that perhaps this is a good sign that Liverpool are confident that they can get that deal done for the summer. Maybe they decided to spend less on the club after Jurgen left, which is why they should sell. If they aren't ready to really go at it and be competitive, sell. Now look, a lot of people feel, rightly or wrongly, a lot of people feel that we will see some spending in the summer, some significant spending in the summer. And I guess the question there would be, what happens between now and then? Are we happy to roll the dice and see how this season finishes and then do that spending in the summer? And look, I can't tell you how to feel about that. That's your own question to answer. But for me, I feel it's a bit risky. And I feel like we've gone into this season acknowledging that we needed a player or two in a certain position, and nothing really has changed there over the course of the season for me, other than the left back situation. Because going into this season, I wasn't expecting Robbo, his fall off, to be as much as it has been. I kind of be honest with you and say I've pretty much had my mind made up on Costas for a while, although I do think he has improved a bit under Arne. I'm still not happy enough that he's going to be the guy at left back, so I think we need to get that one sorted. But if it is Kerkez and that one has to move on till the summer and that's the one they want, I'm okay with that. In all honesty, I am. It's just there's a lot of leaps of faith having to be taken here again in people outside of maybe Michael Edwards. Certainly with Richard Hughes. We don't understand enough about the man. We don't know enough about him. We haven't seen too many wins yet for Richard Hughes. And then you add in the contracts, and it just feels like all this potential goodwill that's been built up for Arnott and the boys could be undermined by stuff that's sort of out of their hands. Jacko Venter, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Appreciate you. Right, so I want to get into the Kerkez stuff because I haven't really spoken much about it tonight and people have been very patient throughout the stream. So let's get into a little bit of this stuff. Where to start off? Let's go with Dominic Szoboszlai about it. So Dominic Szoboszlai was asked who's his best friend in the Premier League, and he said, I would take the left back from Bournemouth, Milos Kerkez. Excuse me, Hungarians, for my awful pronunciation there. I apologise. But I don't know. I don't know that Kerkez is coming to Liverpool. I don't know that. But I believe it. I do. I believe he'll be a Liverpool player because he's too good to stay at Bournemouth, quite frankly. And I do think that Agent Dom can get in his ear. And credit anything Liverpool, by the way, for that post. But I want to ask how you think about it. Right, so the question is, do you think we sign Kerkez next summer? Because I honestly don't think there's any hope of them selling him in January, even though they did bring in the other left back. I think the plan there is to ease in the other left back over the course of the season, get him used to the Premier League, and then, sell Kerkez next summer. That's why next summer. I just don't see them moving him on now, from my understanding of the situation there at Bournemouth. And even when I was speaking with David Lynch a few weeks back, and it was before that the Julio Soler guy, or whatever his name was coming in from Lanús, the Argentinian club, the thought process that he was hearing was, again, that he'd probably go in there, bet himself in over the next few months before the season ends, and then be ready to kick on next season with Bournemouth if they cash in on Kerkez. And of course, we do know as well that Richard Hughes would have, an open channel of communication there to the agency. And also, I think he changed agents to the same one as Chiesa, if, again, my memory on that one's right.